My feelings about sign language. It's a difficult question because it's always been part of my life, really all the way through, because my parents were both deaf, my sister's deaf, everyone at home signed, and there were no hearing people, so it was not something strange or alien as it might seem in other families. Mine was different. I thought signing was really the only way people communicated until I met hearing people and realized that they were different from me.
Well, the sign language community in Britain is relatively small, like the Welsh language or Scottish Gaelic-speaking communities. So family and friendships play an important part in our lives. Let's have a look at some of the signs you'll need when you're talking about people and families.
Man. Woman. Boy. Girl. People.
Some of the signs for people are connected with the idea of growth.
Child, young person, adult, and the sign that means growing up.
We're going to get that Quebec Ride of the Year competition.
Wedding.
BSL uses that sign, along with the lip patterns of the English words, for signs that mean husband,
Wife. The sign that means boy is often used as part of the sign that means son. The signs for daughter, father, and mother are called initialized signs. So daughter is a double D, mother is a double M, and father is a double F. And this is a sign that means family.
Those signs are all made from the first or initial letter of the English word. As you learn BSL, you'll come across several of these initialized signs. And if we want to say parents, we usually combine the signs that mean mother and father. But we use a single M and a single F. And we also use fingerspelled letters to spell out names of people and places.
Clive Mason.
In Britain, a two-handed fingerspelling system is used with one sign for each letter. But a signer doesn't try to read each individual letter. Rather, he learns to recognize the pattern of letters that make a whole word. In some areas of Britain, deaf people use quite a lot of fingerspelling, but probably the majority of people who use BSL don't use fingerspelling much. So, as I said, we fingerspell our English names, but we also have BSL names, or name signs. This is my BSL name. Another person with the same English name, Lorna, would have a different name sign because an individual's name sign belongs to that person alone. Here are a few name signs of people you've seen on this series. If you join a local class, you may be given a temporary name sign to be used on the course.
What are your name signs? What's your name sign? Come on, what do you think? What do we think for her? This. That's your name sign. And you, what shall we have? This. Like this. What about you? And you? And you? What about her? This? So that's yours. And yours? And yours? What's yours? Very good. You're all very clever. What about me? That's me, because I'm a chatterbox. Never stop signing. Great.
So you may be given a name sign, but you'll still need to fingerspell other English names. The best way of learning fingerspelling is from a deaf person in a class. You'll get to recognise the shapes of groups of letters and whole words, and that's much better than learning the letters one by one from pictures in a book.
Pictures like these can be handy if you want to check up on one or two letters, but they can be misleading, and in any case the signs may change depending on the word you're spelling.
In a moment, we'll look at some of these fingerspelling patterns, but before we do, let's look at the alphabet and some important points about the way we make the letters.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
One of the first points to notice is that when we make the vowels A, E, I, O, U, it's the fingers of the left hand which move.
A, E, I, O, U.
The second point is that we might make the individual letters in different ways, depending on the letter combinations in a particular word, or how fast we're signing. For example, this is, strictly speaking, the sign for W, but more often you'll see it like this. And the sign for S is usually done like this. And the sign for K is often signed like this. The letter B is interesting because it changes shape depending on the word you're spelling.
B, 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 B.
Here's Clive spelling 3 words showing the different shapes used.
B, B, C. Club. Bible.
This is the letter H. But if the next letters are A and M, then the H shape may move backwards.
Ham.
Be careful when you make the letter T. Fingerspelling cards often show it like this. But you should make it like this.
T.
Now, how do you hold your hands when you're fingerspelling? Well, normally you'll hold them like this. But this position may change depending on the word you are spelling. Here's an example.
Gale.
Let's see that more slowly.
G-A-I-L, Gale.
So, let's look at some patterns. We'll use short words of 3 or 4 letters, and most of them will be names.
Bob, Max, Joy, Job, Pam, Ham, Law, Tax, Tim, Tom, Ken, Sue, Vic, Son, Fred, Gail, John, Club, Quiz.
Could you follow that? Let's see those again, a bit more slowly this time.
Bob, Max, Joy, Job, Pam, Ham, Law, Tax, Tim, Tom, Ken, Sue, Vic, Son, Fred, Gail, John, Club, Quiz.
In some areas of Britain, we use initial letters when we're signing the names of days of the week. In the area I come from, we sign the names of most of the days with a double letter.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
For Thursday, we use the first 2 letters of the English word.
Thursday, T, H, Thursday.
Saturday and Sunday are different. They're not initialized signs.
Saturday, Sunday.
And we use fingerspelled letters when we sign the names of months of the year.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
We saw earlier that some signs in BSL have been created borrowing from English. These signs take the first letter of the English word and repeat the letter while using the lip pattern of the English word. Here are a few examples of commonly used signs of this kind.
Kitchen, automatic, natural, government, garage, toilet.
Now, here are some more signs about the family.
Brother, sister, cousin, grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt, granddaughter, grandson.
And let's not forget the sign for friend.
Friend.
Now here's Clive with a very simple story using some of the signs you've seen today.
There was a family. Father, mother, and son. They lived in Glasgow. And father was out working Monday to Friday. But with work over for the week, he was happy and quite excited. The family got into their large, expensive, big red car and drove off at speed. They were going well until father took a wrong turning and got completely lost. He didn't know where they were. So he turned to mother sitting beside him and said, "I'm totally lost." "Hold on a minute," said Mum, and opened up the map. She showed it to their son who was sitting in the back seat and asked him if he knew where to go. He showed her on the map which way to go, and she turned back and relayed the directions to Father. Where? He demanded anxiously. But at last he got back onto the right road and drove at full speed till they arrived in London. And the reason for this journey to London was to go and see their daughter's wedding. All the members of this family were deaf, except for the daughter, who was hearing.